Hi God, thanks for the shine. Listen to my voice, man. Okay, so check this out, man. All right, guys. So we're gonna do a recap, and we're just gonna explain to you, like how our day went, man. Because we were just out there having a fun day today, man. So we woke up, that was cool. We went for our walk. We took the girls for a walk because we do 6 miles, right? So as we were walking, we had our, we carry our cards. So we carry our cards with us, right? And then our cards, we're always trying to seek agreement, yes or no, right? And then this is what we're always asking. The Constitution of a state is the fundamental law of the state. Fact, man. Okay, so we're always trying to show people what's up, right? And then this is the new game now, right? This is what we like to do. So that's why we're doing these right here, so we can just remember what happened throughout the day as we were wandering the lands and then just trying to connect with people and trying to unite people, right? So then as we were talking with the people, right, because I have a goal that I want to at least, I want to try to hit like 25 people a day, 25 contacts or something like that. I'm calling or I'm talking, right? And then as we're going out there and then we're connecting. So we met 2 people, in the morning time as we were walking, and we had good conversations. And then, I just, was explaining to them what's up, exchanged some information. They got the card. It was like, okay, good. I felt like I did my duty, right? I did my duty and I explained to them what was up, right? And then now we'll see what happens in the future, right? But then I came home, right? And then I'm like, I want a cold call, right? Because we just wanted to cold call people, right? Because, we like this world now, man. We just like helping people, and then we want to serve the people. So then we're going out there trying to find the people to serve, right? And then this is what we're finding out. A lot of people don't want to be served, man, right? So it was fun, right? So look, I got a front and a back, because I was just going down, find a phone number, call, find a phone number, call, find a phone number, call, right? That's what I was doing. I was just like hitting them, right? And then it was fun because I was going in a strategic way, because I was like, okay, I want to get contractors, right? Contractors, because they do things with their hands, right? So then they're builders, they build things, right? But then I know that they're people and they know other people. So then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go try to unite those people, right? So I was contacting contractors, right? And then I was just trying to ask them, I wanted to talk to the boss. I'm like, hey, what's up? Who do I talk to? Who's in charge of all of your employees, right? And then they were just like, the responses that I were getting today, they were just fun, right? So that's why I want to do this bit right here, right? Because I want to remember this, man, because I was just getting rejected, boom, rejected, boom, rejected, boom. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I didn't think so highly of myself, right, I would just be depressed right now, right? But it's like, whatever, man. It's just fun because when I call the people and then I'm trying to create a connection with these people, right? So I'm like, hi, what's up? Yeah, just trying to be me, right? And then I'm just like, it's real simple, right? Because I'm just trying to look for people to serve the people, right? And then when we try to find these people, it's like, we're trying to find out what kind of knowledge they have, right? Because basically all we do is we just teach the Constitution. We teach the state's Constitution. We teach the people how to operate, the state's Constitution. And then once you can operate the state's Constitution, you're a boss, man. It's really easy. You're the boss, right? So then as I'm talking with some of these people, right, because I was calling a contractor, and then the contractor was like, I think you need to go talk to people who are interested in legal things. And I'm just like, well, I'm sorry, there's a difference between lawful and legal, right? You got the law and then you got legal, and then she was just like, and then I was just listening to this entity, right? I'm going to try to keep it just how it is, right? So I was talking to this entity, right? Nah, man, screw it. Women. I only talk to women and I only talk to men, right? So I was talking to a woman, Right, and then she was just, telling me, she was like, nah, I think you need to go talk to people who are interested in legal things, or go onto the social media and then ask them. And then I was like, okay. I was like, okay, that's cool. That's cool, because, I'm just looking for people to associate with, because I found out that a lot of people don't even know how the state's constitutions work, man. Scary simple, right? And I was just like, examples were where people were shutting down during the coronavirus, man. They were all locked up, won't let me out. Right, so you got people locked up, locking themselves up out of businesses and things like that, because they were following their public servants, right? But they didn't know that they were the bosses of the public servants, right? We find out that the people are the bosses of the public servants, and now we try to show the people who the boss is, and then the people are just, like they're chattering at us like, no, thank you, right? So, so it was funny, because these responses were just good, like she was like, oh, I'm so very sorry. I wish you the best of luck, right? And then I was like, thank you very much. I'll see you in the future, right? And then so I was getting not interested, thank you, right? And I was like, that's cool, right? What were some of the other ones that I got, right? I got one of them where I was just in mid-conversation just talking, and then boom, she just hung up on me, and I was just like, okay, right? What was the other one that I get? Not interested. Oh, here's one, right? Because we were trying to say, it's like, because we want people to build their wealth, right? We want to show you how to build your wealth, right? And then we show you with law. So then, one man just basically flat out said, I'm not interested. I like being poor. Right. And then I was like, that's cool too, man. I was just like, I was having so much fun listening to the way that these people were responding to me. Right. Because all I'm offering them is to serve them. Right. Because I wish to help them, protect themselves. Right. It's just like, yeah, man, I just don't think you guys know what's up with the state's constitution. Some of them were even saying, I haven't read it since grade school. And I was just like, that's cool, because I just started getting into it now recently. It's been like a year and a half, 2 years, something like that, right? I can't even remember. The time is just like, it's just accelerated, right? So since I've learned the state's constitutions, and I've learned that that's where all the power is, right? And I've learned that the people sit on top of that, right? And then we control everything within it, right? And then I learned God controls the people, and I'm like, everything is just so easy now, right? Because it's just like, it's simple, it's just like, you got God, right? You got man, woman, child, right? The people, right? And then you have everything else. And then we, the people, are supposed to administer everything else, because God gave us dominion over everything, right? So once you get that, you get it, right? And then now it's just like talking to these people, it's just been fun, right? Because I know, I'm starting a new bit this week, because now I'm just trying to find out, like, flat out, I just want to know, do you want to associate? That's it, right? And I just want to know, do you want to learn the state's constitution? That's it, right? But the byproducts of learning the state's constitutions means is you get powers and you get abilities, right? You get to save wealth, right? You get to move in a different jurisdiction that just allows you to be awesome relative to being in the state's jurisdiction, which just means that you're just a slave, right? So it's like, it's fun, right? Because I like this, because you know what's up, God, right? Because it's like, you remember when we were talking, like back in the day, and then we were watching all the movies and stuff like that, and you would see like the times of slavery and stuff like that, right? And then, I always wanted to know what kind of man would I have been if I were put in that situation and I were put in that scenario, would I have been one who were trying to free the slaves, right? And then now I know that I would have been the one trying to free the slaves, right? Because that's what I'm trying to do right now, right? And it's just fun, right? It's just so much fun. I love this, man, right? Because like I was telling one of the I was talking to another woman today, right? And then I was just like, it's just fun for me. It's just fun because I get to go talk to people. I get to see what they think. I get to see how they process the information that I give them. I get to see how much they know, right? And then I actually feel like I'm like Morpheus, right? It's like I get to wake you up from the dream if you wish, right? Because morph means, you know, like dream. Morpheus is dream, and then you got form, right? So dream form in there, you know, like it's a shape thing, you know. But then Morpheus was the god of dreams, right? And then he was just like, that's why he was in the Matrix, right? You know, so then when you think about that, he was just like coming through, and he was trying to find Neo. He was trying to find the one, right? You know, that's why we're one body service, because I'm just looking for one, right? You know, and then I'm trying to find one man, one woman, you know, one, right? And I just want to explain to them knowledge, right? And then I'm like, yo, check out this knowledge, check out this information. Don't be a fool, right? You know, I was like, you know, follow the Lord, you'll know what's up, right? So then I this is just the vision that I have of myself in my mind as I walk through, and then I'm talking with all the people. And then, you know, it's just funny how they look back at me, or, you know, like some people say that how I sound is like I'm trying to scam people, right? And I'm just like, well, no, not really. You know, I'm not really trying to scam anyone. I'm just trying to show them what the state's constitution is. I'm trying to show them where the power comes from. I'm trying to show them that we the people are the power. You know, I'm trying to show them all of this really cool stuff, because that's what God showed me, because God showed me cool people who showed me this, right? You know, so now it's like I want to go out there and I want to show the other people, and I want everybody to be free, right? You know, but then I'm just like, not everybody wants that. Not everybody wants that. I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. You know, it's just fun watching those people, you know, who, you know, like there's some people you would think like, I know you want to be free, right? You know, and then when you talk to them and they're like, no, I'm okay. I'm totally fine, man. Right? You know, so that's why I like this. I like this world of the market, right? Because we get to go out there and we get to see what's up with the people, right? And I like the maxim, right? You know, the maxim where you got, you know, let the buyer beware, let the purchaser beware, and let the seller beware, right? You know, so buyer, purchaser, and seller. You got three entities out there, man. You guys all must beware. Beware means you must have knowledge, and you must be able to see what it is that you're doing, right? But then, you know, if you're not aware of those things, then we've created another entity called the government that comes and regulates that for you, right? You know, so they make sure that you guys won't get harmed. Like, you know, we're talking about this AB 2098, right? You know, shout out to Sharon Yu, because she's writing, you know, this really fire notice right now, you know, of maladministration. It's going to go out to the public servants and letting them know that they're trying to stifle the free speech of our other public servants, right? Because all physicians and all surgeons, all healthcare providers are the public servants of we the people, right? So now if our public servants are trying to go out there and write up these little bills to try to stifle what they can say, you know, and saying that, no, they can't say that unless it agrees with what we want them to say. It's just like, dude, check this out. Buyer beware. Purchaser beware, seller beware, right? That's all you need to know when you're going out into the commercial world, right? It's like you just need to beware, right? You know, you need to know what it is that you're getting into, and you need to be able to talk to the people so that they can tell you what's up, right? And if they can't tell you what's up, you just need to walk on and then go find someone else, man. You know, I mean, it's really simple now, man. This whole world, right? You know, it's like, I get it. I understand why we created, you know, the government so that they can regulate commerce, right? Excuse me, right? But it's just like, you know, the amount of regulations that our public servants have put onto our commercial world, right? You know, in the commerce world, they're just like, some of it is just ridiculous, man. Like some of it, you're just like, dude, who came up with that, man? It must have been a lawyer, right? Because, you know, I think the lawyers come up with these word games and these word schemes, and then they use legalese in order for them to trick the people and bind the people, right? And then the lawyers create conflict, right? And then once you have conflict, then you need somebody to come represent you, right? Because you don't know who you are, you don't know what you are, you don't know who Father is, you don't know where you came from, you know nothing, you don't know nothing, you don't know the Lord, right? You don't know Christ, right? You don't know nothing, right? You just like out here just walking like doop-a-doop-a-doo, right? You know, so then you get someone to come and represent you, because you can't represent yourself because you don't know how to speak, because you didn't get that knowledge, right? You know, so now the lawyers make all these games, right? They make these games. For me, they're fun because they're just word games, right? You know, but then You know, because that's why we like to smack the lawyers up now, right? Because we just want to say, where's your knowledge from, bro? You know, who taught you what you know, right? And then we just like asking them that now, right? It's like, yo, what's up, bro? Show me what you know, right? You know, and it's just like, put your words down. Let me see what your words say, man, right? And then you're just watching the people, you know, like, just like, oh, no, it's a lawyer, right? You know, I'm just all over the place right now, God. I'm sorry, right? But check this out. Remember when we were watching? So we were watching another bit. Shout out to my man, Ephesian, right? You know, we were watching a bit that he showed us, and it was with the dude Paul enslaved, right? So he's another man who's just out there walking the land, and he's just showing the people what's up, because he's like, I'm boss, man. I know what's up. I know who I am. I know what the hierarchy is, right? You can see it. You can see that this man has a knowing, right? He knows, right? And I love it, right? You know, so then when I'm watching this dude, and now he's trying to instruct these two other men, right? You know, so then basically there's three of them on the screen. Are we doing okay on time? We're cool on time, right? So there's three of them on the screen, right? And then they're just chattering, you know, but then Paul's just dropping his knowledge on them, right? Because he's just telling them, you got to know who you are, right? And if you don't know who you are, I can't tell you. I can't tell you, because they're trying to figure out, like, how does this man drive without a license, right? You know, they're trying to figure all this stuff out, and then they're trying to get, you know, this is what reminds me of how healthcare used to be, right? You know, because it's like, I would learn by understanding the word, right? You know, and then once I understood the word, then I would look at the procedure and I would understand how the procedure works, and then boom, right? Then you get it, right? You just understand process, procedure, word, process, procedure. You know what you're doing. What is the objective, right? And then you can go and you can play with it, man. And that's why I was able to work with anybody, right? I can work with any man, any woman, anytime, anywhere, right? Because it's just easy. I mean, it's just process and procedure after you understand what the words are, right? You know, but then there was other people, you know, and then they had to just have it laid out, right? They had to have it really literally laid out, and then they wouldn't understand what the word was, right? And then they would just understand routine, right? They would say, what's the routine? What's the routine? And then this is what I was noticing, you know, with the Paul enslaved bit that was going on the other day. It's like, you know, most people, they want to know what the routine is, right? They don't want to go do the work. You know, they don't want to do the work. They don't want to walk through that fire. They don't want to get hard, man. You know, they just want to know, well, what's the routine? Give me the step-by-step process of how I can drive without a driver's license, right? And it's just like, you got to go get that knowledge, man. Right? It's like, you got to go read the rules and then find out what the rules are, and you have to have a knowing of who you are and what you are, right? You know, so if you don't know who you are and what you are and where you come from and what the real game is, man, you're going to be lost in the sauce, right? You know, and then this is just what we're noticing, is that there's a lot of people that are just lost in the sauce, right? You know, they're just out there just, you know, revolving, you know, every day, let me get it in the clockwise way, every day, over and over, you know, wake up, you know, go do their thing, go to sleep, wake up, go do their thing, go to sleep, right? But then, you know, when you interact with people like me, you know, who are trying to talk with you and then trying to show you a different game, right? Literally, we're trying to show you a different game, and then you're just like, nah, I'm cool with this way that this game is right now. And I'm like, are you sure? Right? And they're like, I'm positive, right? And then this is just fun now, right? I like this, man. You know, so I just wanted to thank you, God. Thank you for these skills, man. You know, thank you for these skills. Thank you for the forever skills. I really like it, right? I really do like calling these people. And then, you know, like tomorrow we're going to start the door knocking, right? We're just going to go and do some door knocking. And then we got some plans too, where we're going to go into where they have these business districts, and we're going to walk into the stores, whatever they're called, right? Because then we're looking for the bosses. We want to find the bosses of the employees, because then we want to talk to them, so then we can talk to the employees and then try to help free the employees, right? You know, it's really that simple now. Man, it's just so much fun, you know. So I don't know, that's it. You know, let me see, do I want to talk about anything else, God? I don't know, right? I like this one. When you doubt, do not act, right? You know, so when you're double-minded, do not act, man. You know, and I like that I have one mind now. You know, I mean, I was born under the sky of Gemini, which means that I have two, right? You know, two personalities, whatever that means, man. But I got one mind, I got one body, I got one heart, I just got one time, man, one time, right? And then this is my timeline that I get to have now, because God hooked me up with knowledge, right? And that's what I like, man. Thank you, God. You know, thank you, right? That's all I can do. I can just, you know, I praise you. Seriously, I praise you. My trust is in you, right? You know, and then I just walk it out. You know, just be humble, man, on this land. That's it. You know, thank you for listening to me. You know, thank you for allowing me to talk. You know, I was looking forward to having this conversation with you because I was just, you know, as I was making the phone calls and then getting rejected, I was laughing at like some of the ways that the people were rejecting us. And I was just like, oh my gosh, right? It was just fun, man. You know, but whatever, you know, I'm going to go upload this and then, you know, do whatever we do with it and then, you know, check it out, man. So I'll check you out in the future, guys. Remember, nobody's having more fun than us. Bye.